What's going on, YouTube? I'm just here today checking a couple of Mitsubishi mini splits. Got one head here, one head over there. Remote was out of batteries. I didn't have any extra AAA, so I just pulled them out of my headlamp. Just got them running. They suspect they're low on Freon, so I just started filming now because I had the customer there next to me, and they suspect they're out of Freon because they haven't been working properly. Sorry. So we got the outdoor unit. It's pretty chilly outside today, so I think it's in the high 50s right now. So it's barely blowing, barely spinning. So looks to be a pretty old unit. I'm just gonna get all this scaffolding out of the way, go get my gauges, and we'll start checking it. I remove all the scaffolding. So we got the unit down here. Start popping this gal open. Gosh, this thing's gotta be pretty dirty because if it's down here, that condenser in the back is probably really filthy. So this is a 4-head system. Let's just saw here the rest of the copper. Okay. So this is it's a heat pump. Takes 8 pounds from factory. Takes 8 pounds from factory. So you can see, it is pretty filthy. If everything back here is like this, oh yeah. Look, you can still see through it a little bit, but it is pretty damn filthy. So let me go get my gauges, start checking everything. All right, exactly as I suspected. Completely flat. Nothing at all. Barely hissed when I put the gauges on. So for the tank, I'm gonna put about a pound. Kind of try and search a little bit. Some soapy bubbles here. And the connections outside, most of the time the leaks are in the connections inside. That's the problem. That is inside, and it's very difficult to get into because they're behind the indoor unit. The damn connections on these mini splits, and not every time every person who installs these leaves a little bit of like some slack somehow, like I do. So you're able to pull it off the wall and just wiggle it a little bit. So let me put about a pound in this thing, and if not, I'll just put about a pound, pressurize it with some nitrogen, and probably do a leak search. I'm pretty sure, like I said, the leak is gonna be inside. So yeah, let me get this hose hooked up, and because I need 2 hands, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I have it set up right here. This is an 8-pound system. So already purged my gauges. So I'm gonna start by just putting about a pound in it. like I stated before. Got some soapy bubbles right here. I like using these. I've had pretty good luck with them. So we're getting close and we got the pound in there. Oh, but you look at that, look. Look at that. Not everything is this easy. Look, look. Right there. Look. Right there, look at that. Man, I wish every job was this easy. Look at that. Let me see if I can tighten that down. So it's gonna need a new flaring. So I gotta recover that pound that I pretty much put in it. And just look, try pretty much just to tie it down just a little bit. And it's leaking even more, so that tells me that the flaring is busted. It's probably split somewhere. So let me go get my recovery machine, the tank. I'm gonna recover this, and then I'm gonna unhook it. When I unhook it, I'm gonna show you guys is probably that flare's gonna be split. So I'm gonna bring my flaring kit and my copper cutter. So exactly as I suspected. Flare is completely broken. So it's probably not even well done. So I'm assuming the rest of these may have some issues. So I'm just waiting. The office is trying to contact the property management and see if I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just take them all out and just redo the flares on all of them. Then I'll just pressurize it with nitrogen, go over everything, and if everything goes good, no leaks, I'll just pull a vacuum on it. Since I already have the system open, I'll pull a vacuum, and luckily there's a plug right there and there's an extension cord right here, so I don't gotta go too far, and see what's gonna happen, because this thing takes almost 9 pounds of refrigerant from the factory. So look, 8 pounds and 13 ounces. So that's a lot of refrigerant. So they're gonna call me back in a few minutes, hopefully, and see if they approve for me to get all of this done and go from there. So I'll keep you guys posted. So I got right here my flaring tool already pretty much ready. Have the copper cutter right there, dressing wrench if I gotta unhook the rest of them. So I'm gonna at least do this one, fix this one, and wait until they call me back. So this is a proper flare. Just gonna stick something in there, clean those little shavings. Look, you put it, it's supposed to sit flush in the with the nut. So somebody put some that Loctite. So see, purpose of the flare is so when it sits there flush right here, the nut will pressure it. It pretty much just seals around this top right here. But as you can see, somebody tried to put some thread sealant or something on here and just charged it and let's go. Obviously that didn't work, so fixing that one. I'm gonna go get my nitrogen and the leak detector. I'm gonna put at least half a pound in it, pressurize it with some nitrogen, and start searching around, and hopefully we can find something. Okay, so I'm back and I realized I didn't have any nitrogen, so I went and got me another bottle. Got the bottle, got the leak detector right here. So sir. So I already did the flare. On that on the one that was bad. I tied it down. I'm just going to, damn spiders. Okay. Sorry. So fixed it. I tied it down. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of refrigerant in it and then pressurize it with some nitrogen, so that way I can use the leak detector and start checking all the connections out here and try to go inside and see if I can hear anything or whatnot. So let me hook everything up. Let me tight down this nitrogen cage, and I'll put maybe just a little bit because I don't need too much, I don't think, and then pressurize it like I said. So let's get on with it. All right, so we are pressurizing it. It says on the sticker of the door that the high side can go all the way up to right here, 601, and low side can go up to 320. So let's see how far this nitrogen tank can go. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but both sides are open. So still throwing some, you can hear it. So I'm just gonna let it go wherever it can go, and let it sit for at least like 30 minutes. And while that, I'll start using the leak detector and all those connections over there. If I don't see anything with the leak detector, it doesn't detect anything, I'll throw some soapy bubbles, and then I'm just gonna walk inside and kind of get up on the ladder and get close past the leak detector around the bottom and stuff like that, and see if we can spot any other leaks on the system. So hopefully not. Hopefully this was the only issue. They were telling me that another company came out, they couldn't figure out where the leak was, and I'm pretty sure they knew it was right there on that flare, and they tried to cover it up because it had a little bit of a leak lock. They used that so it doesn't leak, but I don't like using that because it won't let the flare, could not let the flare sit good, and it can get into the system and or it's not gonna let the nut, properly tie down on the system. So empty bottle, pretty much empty. Just gonna probably go this afternoon and just swap it for another one so I can have it. So right now we have pressures on the low side about 180, and here we are at like about 565, something like that. It's right around there. So yeah, let's start going with the leak detector and see if we can catch anything else here on the outdoor unit. Just gonna let it settle. Sorry, keep putting my finger. The damn camera, just filming with my phone. So it's stable. There we go. So let's just see if we can spot anything else. Oh. me just finish running all this lines and stuff like that, and I'll get back to you guys because this gets kind of boring. Okay, so she is still holding. So let's see. So it'll pull a vacuum up to I empty it, but it has not moved at all. So they're in the same spot. They've been like that for like 30 minutes. So got my vacuum pump, micron gauge. So let me empty the refrigerant, the nitrogen. Use it to kind of clean around here, these leaves and stuff. And see, hopefully if it pulls a vacuum. I checked inside, I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything, so let me blow all this nitrogen, and I'll get back to you guys when it's on vacuum. Alright, so I know my vacuum pump needs some repairs. It's missing the handle. It's missing the oil filler cap. So, got my micron gauge right there, as you can see. So on a mini split, the ideal vacuum microns that you want to get down is below 100. If you got a good sealed system, it'll definitely drop below 100. So it's been pumping for like 15 minutes, so not that long. We're down to 82. Pump is working great. So yeah, but we're pretty much down. This gauge is kind of funky. It's kind of messed up. The low side, I had to fix it. It looks like they overpressured the gauges or something. And that low side, the needle was like all the way on the other side, so I kind of had to fix it. And it's not zeroing out like it should. So I don't hear anything else being pulled pretty much. So we're down at 80. So it keeps dropping, you know. So it looks like we don't have a leak anymore. It's just that guy right there, the blue flare on it. So now all we got left is recharge the system and get it to work. Just kick it on and not working. So look, it keeps going down. I'm gonna leave it for like 10-15 more minutes, see where it stays at, and hopefully this concludes this repair right here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I know this is kind of a funky situation filming. I only have my phone right now. I lost one of my GoPros and I can't find it. Probably one of my kids took it and they returned it, or they misplaced it somewhere. So I'll eventually get a better camera so we can get better angles, and I can use both hands while I'm working. So I'll catch you guys on the next video.